All right, are we live? I'm hitting the record, so there might be a little delay, a little lag. Okay, we good? Cheating in the Casey Cup. At the time of this recording, final standings have not been released for the Casey Cup, and they are under review by Konami. So we got to talk about this. This is a big talk. Cheating in the Casey Cup. Oh my Jesus. Let's get into it.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
So, one player who got top 3 global, in case you don't know, the Casey Cup gives an invite to Worlds. Casey Cup is an invite to Worlds if you get first place. And it's a 72-hour event, 72-hour event of non-stop dueling. Best of the best around the world. It's a global tournament. So, one of these players after the 72-hour event, many people sometimes play, they play, what, 500, maybe up to 1,000 games in an entire weekend. You do the math on 5 to 8 minutes per duel, 1,000 duels, 500 duels. You tell me, that's crazy. A lot of people don't sleep for this. So one player who got top 3, they admitted to using a hack to expose the hack. That's what they said their purpose was. Now, a Casey Cup a while ago, a player also openly hacked the Casey Cup, but then they were banned. The biggest impact from this during this Casey Cup is a player could have gone undefeated in the Casey Cup that just happened. How can they go undefeated? How can that go undetected? That would be so obvious to point out and see. Well, if you play against this player going undefeated, you'll beat them, but they won't actually lose. You'll get the points. You won't know that they did something like this. So that's one of the biggest impacts from what happened. They leave the duel without a loss/losing points, but the opponent would still win. So you still win. They lose nothing, which if you're playing on a regular ladder, you're not going to notice. It's not going to matter to you. But if you're playing where you have scoreboards involved, where that player you just beat stands still in the rankings and they only go up and they can't go down, that's a big deal. Seemingly abusing the disconnect forgiveness, which is built into the game, that can happen at the start of a duel where both players, they don't load into the duel. You both get a disconnect forgiveness. None of you lost. None of you won. You move on to your next duel. But it seems that they found that code or that exploit, and they're using it right before losing, later in the duel. So you'll get the win, but they won't lose. It's weird. Now, hacking/cheating in online games is mostly about detection, not prevention. Ideally, Konami detects during the event, not after. If you're going to run a 72-hour event, which is the most prestigious and the biggest event in your game, I would like to hope that you all don't just go home for the weekend and just let it do what it do and then deal with it after. I would prefer that you would at least have an intern or two monitoring the events. If you think that's ridiculous to monitor a 72-hour event, how ridiculous do you think it is to actually play in it for 72 hours? So ideally, you're detecting stuff during the event, not after. But they do normally ban cheaters, which results in them losing their entire account, money spent, making it a big risk to cheat. But usually after the event happens, they remove them off the rankings. Anyone could easily cheat in League of Legends, World of Warcraft, Fortnite, but you would expect to get caught shortly after doing so. I could speed hack in World of Warcraft right now. How long would I be able to do it? Maybe an hour or two, maybe for a full day, but I do expect them to catch me. There are players that are being abused of possibly account sharing also, which Konami has banned players for last year from the World Qualifier Casey Cup. I believe this was a permanent ban. I'm not sure if any of those players received their accounts back. So that was a big deal. Now, if you're freaking out, oh my Jesus, I share my account with my brother, my sister, my wife, whatever. It was account sharing with the purpose of gaining an unfair advantage. Basically, I would play for 10 hours. I'd go to sleep. I'm tired. It's a 72-hour event. You take the next shift. You play for the next 10 hours. That's really unfair. If you're playing against one person that's playing on their own account for 72 hours, and then you have 3 to 4 to 5 people playing the other accounts, you all are going to get rest, be well fed, and be able to play for the full 72 hours. So this is a big deal. Konami really did not like that. So they did ban from that last year, and people are being accused of it again. Konami, for this reason, always holds rankings before making them final so that they can investigate potential cheating, which is what they're doing right now. It's a normal thing, but sometimes it takes longer than other times. I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it does feel like they're taking extra long with the ratings, the rankings right now. Maybe they're waiting for information like this to be unveiled, or they're detecting stuff on their own end. In the end, right now, because it's not final, we need to wait for Konami's response and or the rankings to be finalized to see if cheaters were caught / removed. We have to know from Konami, okay? The best thing you could do is let Konami know, and then hopefully they deal with it. So for DLM events, in the past, we have dealt with a similar cheat that was plaguing our tournaments with our own methods of catching the cheating players, which we have successfully done. We caught some people until Konami had fixed the cheat themselves. So what we're gonna do now, we will simply implement anti-cheating measures if Konami is slow to act. So we will act on our own thing like we did in the past. We'll just do it again. So here's the thing. Report cheating. You could have a different mindset with this, but my mindset is, instead of letting hackers and cheaters gain fame and or money from cheating, because usually if you are providing a cheat, you're selling it for money. And if you are possibly going to release something controversial on YouTube, you're also getting fame from doing that. So instead of allowing them to become infamous from cheating, please report them directly to Konami instead of giving them the attention. You could also report bugs and cheats to myself, yugioh, or a DLM mod if you have a concern about a DLM event. And that's basically where we're at right now. We're waiting for Konami's response. Thank you very much. Love it. Fools! I'm on stream right now.